think you might be suffering from clinical depression. Hi, I'm Pat McGuinness, and today we're going to talk about what depression is and how therapy can help. I'm going to start with the story of a client of mine who came in this week for his initial intake, so his first session, and in the course of that hour, what we discovered was that, not only was he pretty depressed, but that he'd been suffering from depression for really a long time. And that's kind of sad and unnecessary, right? That he's suffering for so long. And really, his story is like so many other people's story. And it's a story about what it takes to get into a therapist's office. So, initially, he was doing great, loving life, and had some setbacks. And he noticed that he was feeling tired all the time, that he wasn't quite as motivated to do things he otherwise enjoyed. Even going to work, he wasn't really excited about going to work. And he did okay until his family members started getting sick of his irritability and his kind of grouchiness all the time. And they gently confronted him and said, hey, you really need to do something about this. Like, we're concerned for you. And he didn't do it right away. He said, geez, I don't need therapy. But, he thought about it for a while, and he called his doctor and went in for an appointment. His doctor gave him an evaluation and said, you seem like you're pretty depressed. Let me write you a prescription for these SSRIs, antidepressants. And I want you to take these for a while and let me know how you're doing. And he sent him on his way with no referral to a therapist. And that happens quite a bit. So he goes out in the world and takes the medication. And after a month or so, he notices that he's doing a little better. And his family said, your irritability's gotten better. And, they're still a little concerned that he didn't have his motivation or his enthusiasm for life like he used to, but they were okay with it because he wasn't as difficult to deal with. And he lumped along like that for about a year. And, he wanted to stop taking the medication, but his depression was kind of getting worse. His family was on him again, like, geez, you're so irritable and, you're tired all the time. Like, why don't you go to a therapist? He said, I don't need therapy, but he thought about it, and then he got around to it, and he came in for his intake. And what I want to do is tell you the questions that I usually ask people to find out if I think they're depressed. Are you getting little interest or pleasure from doing things you usually enjoy? Are you feeling down, depressed, or hopeless? Are you sleeping too much or too little? Are you not feeling rested after a good night's sleep? Are you feeling tired or having little energy? Do you have poor appetite, or are you overeating? Are you feeling bad about yourself, or that you're a failure, or that you've let yourself down, or that you've let your family down? When you're suffering from depression, it's more than just something that's gone wrong in your life. And what I mean by that is, if you were to lose your job, or if you were to lose somebody you loved, then it's normal to feel upset. It's normal to be depressed for a while. But then typically people bounce back. And when you don't bounce back, that's where we have problems. And that's where you're suffering and you're not enthusiastic about going to work and enjoying your day. You're just kind of dragging your feet, and everything is an effort. And that's what the suffering is. Of course, for some people, it gets a little worse. Some people start having thoughts of suicide cross their mind. At first it might be like, if a truck hit me, I wouldn't mind. Like, somehow it's easier to just be dead. And if that's the case, you really do need antidepressants. But here's the thing with antidepressants is they're not designed to cure your depression. They're just designed to give you a boost, like to take the edge off and get you through a period of time where you're suffering. But you're not supposed to be on them for the rest of your life. Antidepressants have side effects, and there's no reason to suffer the side effects for a long time. what antidepressants don't do is they don't address the maladaptive thinking patterns, feeling, the emotions, and the behavior patterns that all go into making you feel depressed. And there are things that people aren't aware of themselves. And so you got to go start unpacking the complexities of your life and start figuring out what's going on with the way you're thinking, the way you're feeling, the way you're acting, so that you don't have to feel this way anymore. Now, antidepressants just aren't going to touch that. So it's no surprise that when you stop taking the medication, your symptoms bounce back. The idea about medication is that you take some medication, you get some therapy, you figure things out. And if you're thinking that maybe you should go to therapy, it's like a lot of things. You probably should have gone in a year ago. But go find somebody that you like, you feel comfortable with, and get started.